So if there's no question, I want to move on to the next part, which is content.
Mm,
Okay, so for Rishi, he probably knows this about me, which is that I have this very strong belief that everyone should create content. And the reason is very simple. If you look at all your friends and family, everyone in your circle right now, 99% of them are not creating content. If that reason is not compelling enough, I don't know what else is. Okay. It's so easy to stand out if you just create content. And it technically costs you no money, and all the inputs, everything that you post is 100% controlled by you. Name me another marketing method that is as good as content. There's probably nothing else that can give you this much benefits, and it's so easy to start, and it's so easy to stand out, right, amongst your circle. So I would suggest everyone start creating content honestly. Okay. So as usual, definitions first. Content marketing, if done right, is just helping people to know, like, and trust you at scale. That is about it.
mm,
Okay. So the strong emphasis I have to place here is if done right. So if you guys see a lot of content that turns you off, if you see a lot of content that you just want to block, I can promise you it's just that they are not doing it right.
mm,
Because their intention is not to help people know, like, and trust them. They are
mm,
probably using it as an advertising platform. Buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Right? My features are the best in the world. Buy from me. And I've seen that a lot of times. And I don't really blame them. I more of think that, they're just ignorant. They don't know. They don't know any better. Right? And eventually they will run out of money, they will run out of time, they will run out of patience, and they will exit. Which is kind of good news for me because I have one less content creator to compete with. But the bad news is also there's probably one new content creator that I have to compete with as well because it's really competitive on any social media platform. Okay. Um, and another reason I think content is such an underrated tool is because people can actually share your content with someone else that they think will benefit from it. Okay. And this actually grows your base of people that you can reach out to. Right. So someone who knows, like, and trusts you, they see your content, they share it to somebody else. That person now kind of know, like, and trust you as well. So they might actually start following you. They might actually start subscribing to you, or whatever platform it is. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I really like creating content. That's why I believe in this method of marketing. Okay, and at the end of the day, it has already been proven that free content makes lead gen more effective overall because of this statement here. Very simple, know, like, and trust. If you create content in the right way, how can people not know, like, and trust you? Right? But again, have to be the right way. All right. So let's get started. Um, Here's everything that you need to know so you can get started right after we end this call. Okay, immediately you can go to LinkedIn, you can go to Instagram, you can go to YouTube, turn on your camera to start recording, whatever it is. Very simple. One piece of short form content, right? The gist of one piece of content is just three main parts. Okay. Practice this first before you start researching how to create content that goes viral every single time. Please don't do that. Okay. So the three main parts is talk about one problem, one small problem. And this is very easy for us, right? Because in the first session, we have a list of problems, right? We have a list of benefits, we have a list of results that we can help people to achieve. So just choose one small thing from there, talk about that problem. Why is it that your hiring companies or most hiring companies have that problem? Why is it that your ICPs have that problem? Very simple. Okay. And then introduce a solution to that problem. You guys probably have a lot of a lot more experience in this area. You can probably think of just one simple solution for that one simple problem. Okay. And the last part is to close the loop. So what close the loop means is that you have to connect the dots for them of how this solution solves that problem. Okay, so the problem with social media or with creating content, right, is that when people are consuming, they are consuming with half a brain, usually even quarter a brain. Okay, I'm probably confident that one of us has done it before, where we have Netflix on the TV and we are holding our phone scrolling Instagram. How in the world can you digest a Netflix show and scroll through your Instagram feed at the same time? Okay, I have done it before, so I know. Don't try and lie to me that you have never done it before. Okay, it's okay. We are all human, right? The mobile phone is a great invention, right? So, and because we are consuming with half a brain or even quarter a brain, we have to make it very simple. That's why if you look on the screen, right, under the gist, it's just one problem. We cannot talk about three problems at one go. Okay, just one problem and one solution to solve that problem. Don't even try to talk about seven different solutions that can solve that one problem. Their brains cannot comprehend so much information unless you are giving just a list, like an ingredient list. Then sure, you can give seven, but you cannot expand on it, right? So the way you close the loop for them will be kind of different as well. All right, but most importantly, you have to close the loop somehow. Okay, so those are just the three basic parts of a short form content. Okay, simple enough, right? Easy enough to understand as well. Okay, but like I said, do not rush to search for ways to go viral. Okay, you have to first get used to even creating content. We don't have that habit yet. If you worry about too many things, how can I get reach? How can I get traffic also? What's a punchy hook? What for you try to solve that problem when you can't even create the content consistently? Okay, so don't rush to improve it that way. And what to talk about, right? The topics. Look at your day to day that is relating to your work, right? We all work at least 8 hours a day. At least that's what I hope. Okay, we all work at least 8 hours a day, I hope. So you are bound to do a lot of things relating to your work. It is not that complicated. Okay, a few examples I can give you. Maybe you spoke to a lead today. What did you guys talk about? Just from there, you can probably find what are the problems that they were struggling with. What are some misconceptions that they had? This is what they thought. This is what they felt. So easy, right? And that is just a conversation with a lead. What if you spoke to a candidate? What do you guys talk about? Right? Their previous work experience? Was it a bad experience with the employer? Sometimes when you ask people, why do you want to change jobs? One of the politically correct answer is that, oh, it wasn't a good fit, aka the employer sucks. We all know that, but no one says that out loud, right? So you can say it in your content. So that's the beauty of content. You have 100% control over what you are trying to say. Okay, and you might even have a success story where in the past you know someone who transitioned out from a toxic workplace, or you have successfully found a very happy employee at this new company and they have been there for 5 years, something like that. So it is just not that complicated. You just have to keep telling stories, right? So the amount of content that you can create should be endless, actually, because we are working every day, we are thinking every day, we are learning something new every day. So it should be endless. Now on the screen, as you can see under topics, right, for the word related, I placed a bracket around it. Okay, let me just explain on that. There are certain cases where you can also create content that is not related to work. So what I mean by that is, it can be a story about a family member, for example, my son, my daughter, or my cousin. My sister is visiting from the US. Yeah, I took a trip to this other part of the country, right? I don't see why you can't share your personal stories, your personal experiences, because you probably have some thoughts as well. Like, oh, I was struggling with burnout.
I think most of the people, who are not sharing a lot of content
Mm,
every day, right, is a they feel what would other people perceive about them.
mm,
Uh, you know, I, I- that's what I really feel. Like because we travel so much, we go to so many places, right?
mm,
Usually, people who post every day about everything, right?
mm.
I think Piyusha or Sabha can help me. They probably have names, right? What are they? Wannabes or what are they called?
Influencers.
Influencers for sure. Like obviously there are a lot of influencers on social media, but uh, those are the ones who are basically posting every day about their life.
Mm,
I think we, on the other hand, basically we're very very cautious about uh,
mm, mm,
a gazillion photos, right? We might just take one. We feel, oh, this is good. So I think so. Posting content every day is a bit. I think we should do it every day for sure. Even I feel, because I go for so many meetings, I go for so many interesting things there, right?
mm,
I see you, right, when you are actually creating content, when you are having dinner or something like that, right?
mm.
It's not very on in your face,
Okay, I understand. I understand. So let me address this.
yes, yes,
I've been creating content for 2 years,
yeah,
2.5 years, somewhere there,
yeah,
right? And that feeling that you are saying is something that I experienced only at the first 2 years. So
mm,
if I've been creating for 2.5 years, I've had that icky feeling for 2 years.
mm.
Is that a mind blowing number?
Yeah. I think for 2 years you were like,
I felt like shit. So
yeah,
I understand where you guys are coming from. But do you know what the solution is that I only found out 6 months ago?
mm,
I burned out so badly because I've created so much content. I've
mm,
tried every platform possible. I've
mm,
gotten the hate. I've gotten, whatever cyberbullying, whatever you want to call it, they will come no matter what.
mm.
Right. I've gotten content that has only 4 likes versus I had one Instagram reel that had, I think,
Yeah,
1.9 million
yeah,
views.
yeah, yeah. One file, right? Yeah.
So I think that I'm pretty qualified to tell you guys that the feeling never actually goes away because you are sharing something that is not natural to share, right? We are not like keeping up with the Kardashians, keeping up with Agnes.
Yeah.
I have a camera crew following me around who know how to film me at my skinniest angles, you know, and know how to keep things entertaining. They know how to edit and cut so that people will watch, right? So I understand completely what you guys are saying, but the main solution that I found out 6 months ago, and it was by accident because I burned out so badly. I literally gave up. So if you go to my LinkedIn, you will see that my last post was 4 months ago. If you go to Instagram, you will also find that it was a few months ago. I really burned out really.
Oh, you haven't posted recently?
I haven't posted recently.
Okay.
Okay. The reason why I burned out was because I could not get over that feeling that you guys are mentioning. That feeling like as if I'm trying to be an influencer,
Mm,
right? As if I'm trying to act like I am this hot shot, right?
mm,
Oh, I got this client, look at me, blah blah blah. It doesn't feel good because it's not natural for me to do that, which I completely understand. And unfortunately for me, I never got over it. So in the past 6 months, right, it was like an epiphany for me where I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just share whatever I want to share, however I want to share.
mm,
That was it. End of story. So I didn't care like, will this get me clients? Will this make me look like an influencer? So like Rishi said, right, that like there were so many times. I think I met Rishi 3 times for dinner or for meetings. Every single time I have my iPhone just in front of
tripod,
my face.
tripod.
And then Rishi is used to it by now. He will help me set up my phone as well. That's the thing. I didn't care anymore. If I want to record myself, who can tell me that I cannot? You know? And first of all, who said that I was going to post that?
Mm,
I'm in complete control of my life.
mm,
And the reason why I even record it is because it's related to my work. Whenever I meet Rishi, we are always talking about how can we innovate so. What shall we do to close this client? You know, how's the progress of this project, that design project, whatever it is always something related to work. So what is wrong with me documenting my journey of growing my business? There's literally nothing wrong with that. And the most beautiful part that took me the longest to understand was that I am in full control of what I post. I don't even have to post any of those videos. Right. So I think for you guys, the people that you have seen that kind of turn you off, they are not doing it in the right way, or they are
mm,
not doing it in a way where you are the target audience.
mm,
Okay. My target audience is going to be people like me who are not very comfortable talking about themselves like a big shot.
mm,
Because I tried that. I literally tried that for 2 years. I could not do it. I had to give up all my followers. And that was the most painful thing I've ever done. But I did it because I cannot get over the fact that I have to act like someone I'm not,
mm,
you know? So even on LinkedIn, I might even post a photo of myself, but it will never be a selfie. Because I don't like it when people just post selfies. They're trying to flex what a big bicep they have. And the photo has nothing to do with the post that they posted. That's the most ridiculous part. So whenever I post a photo of myself, it always ties back to the story. Right. So I have this post on LinkedIn where I shared about my trip to Thailand. The photo was me in front of a temple in Thailand. So I had a reason to post that photo. So I won't force myself to post anything that I don't want to. Right. So if any of you guys are trying to find my content, please stop it right now. Okay? Please come back to this meeting. Yeah. Anyway, for content creation, I think it's something that we can talk about a bit more.
mm.
All right, especially of how to do it in a way that you don't feel disgusted, you don't feel forced. Okay, that's something we can talk about a bit more a bit later.
Okay.
Okay, let me just continue with this slide first. All right, so we have gone through the topics part. The next thing is what kind of format should I post? Right? Like, how do people decide that they want to start a YouTube channel? How do people decide that they want to start LinkedIn? Why not Instagram? Why not Facebook? You know, there are so many other social media platforms that people don't even mention,
Mm,
right? Like my boyfriend, he's a writer on Medium,
mm,
right? But he doesn't create content on any other platform, which is also fine. Okay, so how you can decide what format or what platform you want to go on is just ask yourself, do you like to write? Do you like to speak? Are you comfortable in front of a camera? Do you want to be a comfortable speaker? You know, or you just like to write short stories, short posts. Like, what is it that you enjoy? Because you have to do it for years to come, right? We are not even talking about from Instagram, let's repost it to Facebook and then we can repurpose it onto LinkedIn and then blah blah blah. Don't think 10 steps ahead, just think today. What is a form of communication that you very much preferred? So for me, in the past 2.5 years, right, I tried everything because I didn't know what I liked. Okay, because it's not just about creating the content. What about the editing part, the planning part? You have to come up with ideas, right? And you have to come up with the problem, solution, and close the loop. So for me, I realized that just this year, I just realized that YouTube is probably the channel for me because I explain things really well. I like to show people how I do it. I like to show examples, illustrations, right? Because to me, I believe in processes. So if I have to explain something, it will be best if I can explain the entire process. That's why YouTube is probably the best channel for me. And it took me 2.5 years to realize that. Okay, so just something for you guys to think about. Um, and yeah, like I said before, why most people don't see success from this is just because they cannot be consistent. That is the only reason. So let me give you a very high level of what you can expect on your content creation journey. Because it is new, one day you will realize that you cannot keep up with your posting schedule. Okay, that's the very first problem you will encounter. And then very quickly you will learn that, oh, I cannot overthink this. I need to have a system to cultivate this habit. Okay, so you get over that first speed bump. And then you will come up with the second problem, which is you will run out of ideas. And then you will learn, oh, I need to repurpose my content again and again. Oh, I need to do this thing so that I can ideate more, blah, blah, blah. So you have gotten over that speed bump. Then the next problem will come. You will feel demotivated because you have low views, low likes, low engagement. And then you have to learn again, oh, it's about quality, not quantity. Oh, there's this thing called the algorithm. How does it work? Right. And eventually one day you will start to get some leads in your DMs, like inbound leads. So people actually reach out to you. But then you will realize that, oh, they are the wrong people. These are cheapskates and time wasters. So you will keep having speed bumps. You will keep having new conflicts that you have to solve. Right? The problems will keep coming. And as long as you keep doing it, you will figure it out. The only problem is that every time a problem comes up, more people drop off. Okay, which is good news for me because I can remain consistent on the platform. I can win even more. And same goes to you guys if you start to create content. Okay. So like I said, I'm not gonna go in depth into how to actually create a content, right? And like the different platforms. I can do that in another session if you guys feel like, okay, I really want to start creating content. Okay. I don't want you guys to start creating content because Agnes says so. Because, like I said, even 5 years later, I hope that you are still creating content on that same platform, just as you are on day one. Okay. So, give it some time. Really think through, do you want to commit with this? Right. And your social media profile follows you for the rest of your life. Okay. Anyone has any questions before I move on to the next part?
Uh,
Everything okay?
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope it's clear, right? Creating content helps you to do lead gen because of the no like trust factor. Whether it actually generate leads directly or not, that is another strategy, another conversation altogether. Okay? But either way, there is no downside of creating content, only unlimited upsides.